Good morning, everybody, and a very, very warm welcome to every one of you on this nice Saturday morning. And we're going to prepare for a lovely weekend ahead of us. So thank you very much for being there. I'm so happy and grateful for your presence over here. And speaking of the word gratitude, and yesterday we looked at gratitude as a way to remove resistance from our life. It's very interesting, no? If you resist, you cannot be in gratitude. And if you are in a state of gratitude, the resistance will start dropping away. Yeah. So when we are in a state of gratitude, resistance will start dropping away. And it's interesting to see how life shows up, how life emerges after you allow yourself to be in a state of gratitude. Now, when we become more and more and more in a state of gratitude, what is it that you see will start showing up in your life? What I have started seeing in my life is that the more we are in a state of gratitude, the more we start receiving from the universe. Okay? We start benefiting from the generosity of the universe. And I believe that, and I have seen that our own generosity starts to emerge, So, before we continue with today's session, once again, I ask you, what energy, space, and consciousness can we be that would allow us to drop all the resistance and be in a state of gratitude and be open and be willing to receive? And anything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Yes? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, overnight shots, boys, poets, and beyonds. Dropping resistance, being in a state of gratitude, I have seen puts me more in a state of allowance. And it puts me more and more in a state of allowance, allows me to create life. All right. So having said that, I just want to remind everybody that empowering morning conversations allows us to create a life of ease, joy, and glory. Allows us to get out from the effort and the struggle of existence. What we do here allows us to experience life fully. It allows us to live our life fully. It allows us to open and be willing to receive fully all the love, the respect, the appreciation, and everything that we desire. So what would it take for us to be open to desire humongously? So coming back to the fact that if you are in a state of gratitude, what does it allow to emerge in your life? And if you have been doing that since yesterday, I'd love to hear from you your experiences between yesterday and today. Or anything else that comes up for you when we talk. Yes, Kuldeep ji.
Sir, I totally feel the same way as you're feeling. We feel that much more is there which we can receive and which we are not receiving only because we were resisting. And the small glimpses of these things, they have started coming since yesterday. I try to be full of gratitude and appreciation many things which I could not see are seen because of this.
Okay, for example.
For example, means one or two things I can share, that a person who washes my car,
Mm-hmm.
sometime he used to come late,
Mm-hmm.
and I was feel irritated why he was not coming in time. But yesterday also he came late. But if I was full of appreciation and gratitude, so something has come inside from me, that he is sincere, but there may be some problem by which he did not come.
Mm-hmm.
I could not see him. I
Mm-hmm.
only asked him whether you are all right, you are feeling well or not. So he said I was not feeling well. So that thing was not seen before.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the small thing which I found.
Yeah. So what I'm also hearing is that being in gratitude allowed you to be more caring
More
and
care. Yes.
appreciate about somebody else's life.
Good, good, good,
What's happening to you. All
good.
right, very nice. Thank you very much for sharing that. Yes, Reddy Garu. After that, Shakti.
Good morning.
Morning.
Just now I understood that when you said that gratitude is a way of dropping resistance, because I was wondering why you have taken gratitude yesterday. Today only I got clarified that that is the way of dropping the resistance. Thank you, sir, for giving that. Yesterday I had a lot of resistance with many things, but I tried to drop, and I think partly I'm successful.
Okay, very nice and great. Thank you very much. Yes, Shakti. Shakti, you had raised your hand.
Sorry, sir. I didn't raise my hand, sir. Sorry.
Acha, I thought I saw your hand raised. Okay, great. Anybody else? What are you experiencing? What are you becoming aware of now that you have? Yes, Neeti, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So after the session, I completely forgot about the talk about being in gratitude, but somewhere it remained at the back of my mind. And now when I recollect through the day, I was very much in the mood of it. And what surprisingly came through for me was there is a very, very difficult situation I've been trying to find a solution to for a very long time. And since it's between two people's relationship and I'm not either of them, so it was very difficult, but that was creating a lot of problems. And finally, the energetic breakthrough started coming. I was able to beam to them. All these months or years, I was not even being able to beam to them. And so that turn and the meditation call at a very, very early hour on them was my very big breakthrough on this.
Wow.
So I'm feeling very good about it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. See, yesterday's session, whether you remember it or you don't remember it, I promise each and every one of you that it was one long process. Okay. And I want to repeat one part of the process. And the process is, I want, if there are still people in your life or stress situations in your life, you know, or anything about the future that you are resisting, any of those things, I just want you to reflect on it for a moment and say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. Bring yourself to be in a state of gratitude and say this to them, those whom you are resisting. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. you're sorry for, why are we being sorry? Somebody might ask me, then I'd say, no, because I'm not being grateful for something that I have, something that's been given to me by the Almighty. It's a gift that I have received, and if I'm not being grateful for that, I better be sorry, don't you think? So let's think of those people or those things that I have been resisting in my life and say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. And just be aware of those people in your life, that how much they bring to you. Each and every object, each and everything, almost as if it's been designed specially for you. So it's a special gift that we have. A gift that's always available to us, a permanent gift from the Almighty. So let's be grateful and thankful. And if we have been resisting this gift, if you've been saying, oh, I don't like this gift, you're giving it to everybody. So what's the big deal if you're giving it to me also? I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And see what starts to open up in your life. I just want to remind you, that we spent a lot of time maintaining or trying to retain that life, which we have. We always wanted to be the same way, right? Somewhere our mind says, okay, let it remain the same. If it changes, God knows what's going to happen. Right? So we kind of avoid the adventure that life is because we are choosing sameness. You understand? If you are going to choose sameness, and I think we are choosing sameness, that it should not be different. So when people push us or people want us to be different, or they are doing something which is kind of shaking up our desire for the same life that we have, then we resist that also, right? But unless you are willing to change something, how are you going to be enjoying your life? Can you imagine doing the same thing over and over again for the rest of your life? Would that be fun? Doing the same thing over and over again for the rest of your life. Would you like that? And yet we are somehow or the other trying to fight to make sure that it remains the same. The same thing over and over again. Don't come and shake me up. Don't poke me. If you poke me, I'll have to change. I don't want to change. You're a bad boy. You're trying to make me change. Huh? I don't blame many people who say, listen, after a long time, I've got everything. My life is going perfect. Why should I change it? Even if it is for the better. All right, enough of my joke. Enough of my poke. Enough of my joke poke. In Hindi, we say nok joke. I say joke poke. So now that I have joke poked you enough, anything you guys want to say? Ta-dang, ta-dang. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Reddy Garu and then Shanti ji.
Sir, giving and accepting the life and giving gratitude to the Almighty is the best way, sir. That's what I experience.
Hmm. And one more thing, Reddy Garu, the best way to give thanks to the Almighty is be grateful for all the things that He has provided you, and He's providing you every minute, including the people, including the situations and everything.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
I believe that we can show our gratitude to God by being grateful for what He has brought into our life. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Shanti ji, and after Shanti ji, we will have Kasha.
Good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone. I think the real life is only out of the comfort zone, not in the comfort
You
zone.
know something, Shanti ji, I'm not going to talk to you. You are not coming on camera. I am very upset with you.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Hello, sir. The real life comes only out of the comfort zone. The sameness will bore you.
Yes.
So out of the comfort zone is always uncomfortable and adventurous, and we need to be adventurous in life to enjoy life to the fullest.
Yeah. So what is also useful for us to look at is after yesterday's session. Did you join late today?
No, sir, I join in time.
Okay. So you're listening to the conversation?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So now that yesterday we were being in a state of gratitude, right? And gratitude allows you to drop your resistance and puts you in a state of allowance. Now, what is emerging for you in your life? What are you beginning to observe?
When we are not complaining but being grateful, we appreciate the good part of the people.
No, that is true as a general thing, right? But I'm asking you individually. Now that you are allowing yourself to be, are you allowing yourself to be in a state of gratitude?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Today I learned the significance of gratitude.
Okay. Now
And
that
how it works on us, how that gratitude feelings work on us.
yeah. So now that yesterday also we did a process, whether you remember or you don't remember. So what are you observing in your life happening since yesterday? That is the question.
Yesterday I was late, sir. I didn't attend that processes. I think of going through it tomorrow.
But still you did a little bit of it. You missed 10 minutes of it. I know, 10, 15
Yes,
minutes.
sir.
Okay.
Now I understand the true purpose of that no, what you did in earlier. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you and I love you.
Yeah, it helps you to be in a state of gratitude and drop your resistance. Okay.
We are pleading for the forgiveness of people who are wrongdoers, who are supposed to be wrongdoers in our life.
No, anybody whom you are resisting, anything that you're resisting. Okay, very nice. Thank you very much. Yes, Kasa.
Thank you, sir.
I'm not going to let you speak if you don't come on the camera, okay?
Sorry, sir.
That's better. The moment I told you if you don't come on camera, I'll not let you speak, you came on the camera and then sorry, sir. After listening also, you will say sorry, sir. So default mode. Huh? Anybody tells you anything, first you will say, sorry, sir. But you're listening to everything. Now I know. Go ahead, please.
So, when we kind of, when we are in gratitude and when we are in, when we ask sorry and when we are grateful to the people to, who resist us and who I resist, I felt much lighter and greater. That was the experience.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
It feels when you're grateful, when you acknowledge the people and yourself, I feel more stronger.
Mhm.
And when you were talking about sameness, on a lighter note, sir, if you remain sameness, will give you shameness. If you the sameness, it might temporarily give you some, people might put you down, some shameness could be there, but on a long run, it will give you greatness. You can
Wow.
write new formula of sameness, sir.
Yeah, but you know something, the biggest parody of our life is that we seek change and yet we resist.
Sorry.
We resist it also. We always want the sameness only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how can your life, how will you get rid of situations that you don't like if you don't allow yourself to change? Or if you don't want anything in your life to change? Interesting, isn't it?
So can you repeat it again, sir?
Okay, somebody who was listening, can you repeat it on my behalf, please? Hello, was anybody listening? Seems like nobody was listening. Wow, what a great thing. Nobody is listening and I'm talking. Ha ha ha.
Sir, could I speak, sir?
Yes.
We want to continue with the sameness. Yesterday, what we have, we want to continue the sameness today.
Yes.
But we are expecting some change. We want to move towards our desires. That two things cannot happen at the same time.
Exactly. Beautiful. You got it, Kasa? She has explained it very well.
Yes, sir.
So that is the, parody of our life. We keep saying we want things to change, and yet we want everything to remain the same also. Because somewhere inside we are resisting, that things will change and I don't know how the hell I'm going to handle it. Right?
So what should be the perspective, sir?
Hello? What do you think? If you live in a state of gratitude, what do you think will become possible? You will be grateful for what is happening. You will be grateful for what might happen. Will you be afraid of uncertainty?
No.
And if you are not afraid of uncertainty and you're welcoming everything to come into your life, then would you have a problem with, would you be resisting anything?
No.
And if you're not resisting anything, and that means you are going to be in a state of allowance, no?
Absolutely, sir.
And when you're in a state of allowance, what will that create in our life?
More possibilities.
Exactly. And that's what we are seeking, isn't it?
Yes.
A more potent life, a more productive life, a happier life, a life of ease and joy and glory. And ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget one thing. If you don't have ease, joy, and glory in your life, it is because of all the resisting that we are doing most of the time. Make sense? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, if you don't have ease, joy, and glory in your life, it is because of what?
Our resistance.
Yeah. How many things we are resisting in our life, do you think? That's what
Yeah.
the exercise was, what we did yesterday.
Yes, sir.
So you could become aware of what all we are resisting in our life and dropping that. and allowing a new life to emerge.
Can we have a clearing statement once again, sir?
We did so many clearing statements since morning. Did you come late today also?
No, sir. I came on time, but as a request.
So what energy, space, and consciousness can I be that would allow me to drop all resistance and be in a state of gratitude and allowance? And anything that is times a godzillion, will I destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, what and power, 9 shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. And very simple, I'll repeat another thing that we did, and that is just be aware of everything and everyone that you are resisting, and simply say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. Right? Because I'm resisting.
Thank you, sir.
Please forgive me, I love you, thank you. And do this. Maybe it's a good exercise to do every morning. You know, after you say that, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Before that, actually, you should do this exercise and see what happens. One of the other tools from Access which helps you to get rid of your resistance is called the crazy statement. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. You do that enough times, you cannot be in a state of resistance after that statement. There's no way. That's why, Kasa, you remember when we did that in your foundation course, you were laughing like a madman, right? And we were also laughing along with you.
Yes, sir.
That is a sign of dropping resistance, you know, that all of a sudden you feel very happy, you know, and you find everything so funny. Right?
Yeah.
Nandan ji, please go ahead. Just recall, good morning.
Sat Sri Akal and good morning, sir. And first of all, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you and thank you. My sincere apologies to join a little late today, not little late, 7 minutes late. It was too much big. It is one of those days when I got little overslept and it took me a while to get ready and come on camera. I'm really sorry for that and I'll ensure it doesn't happen. Okay. Secondly, so what I think, what I get from learning from this session yesterday and today is that the main cause of resistance or main cause of not being in gratitude mode is that we have very less patience. I think I have very less. I'm nobody to judge anybody, so I have very less patience and want things to happen pretty fast, right? And that somewhere disturbs and it says, "Yeah, nahi ho raha, kyun nahi ho raha, kaise nahi ho raha?" And then we come out of that gratitude mode and we start, getting a little resistance also somewhere because we are not in gratitude mode. We are not in. We are in. We want things to happen the way we want or the timing we want. We think कि बहुत time हो गया, but I think Almighty knows when is the right time. So I think that also brings you somewhere out of, and you start resisting the time which is taking to things to happen.
Yeah. You know, if you want to know an example of thriving or surviving, where you need to look, you know, if you leave nature alone, it thrives, right? So there are two kinds of gardens. A garden which is beautiful because we left it alone and God made it into such a beautiful garden. Or we go and we make a garden which is also beautiful. But you notice how much effort we have to put in to maintain that garden, right? We mow the lawn, right? We trim the hedge, right? So we are trying to shape it into our view of what it should look like. The same thing we are doing with our life. If you let it go and allow, if you be in an allowance state, thriving becomes possible. We are doing all this surviving drama because we want our life to turn out the way we want always. And we think that what we want is better than what he wants for us. Interesting, isn't it? In any case, he wants the best for us. If nature can thrive when you leave it alone, right, you can also thrive. And I think the best way to leave it alone is called drop your resistance and be in allowance. Drop your resistance, be in a state of gratitude, in allowance, and you see, I think so, that we will thrive. I can only say that from my own experience, right? Every time I remember that, hey, you are resisting, you're not being in a state of gratitude, and I drop all resistance and I'm in gratitude, more and more magic starts to show up in my life. Right? Because we are letting him do his job, no? We are letting nature or awareness or God or energy, super energy, whatever, we are letting it do its job. By resisting, see, for example, when you have a piece of steel and somebody is shaping it into a beautiful sculpture, if that steel was saying, hey, don't cut me, don't grind me, don't shape me, then it would still remain the same shape as it was, right? So we are this clay that, God is pounding sometimes, squeezing sometimes, putting us through the heat sometimes, okay? Because he wants to mold us into what we are supposed to be. But we want something also, and we say, no, don't do anything to me, Baba. Let me remain the way I am. मुझे तो ऐसा ही रहना है, मगर मेरी सारी इच्छाएं पूरी कर दो. मैं तैयार नहीं हूं, तब भी मेरी इच्छाएं पूरी कर दो. How do you like that? So now do you comprehend?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree on that. Sir. It's the same, like you said earlier also, that I want everything without changing and with remaining the same. Right. Yeah.
Now you tell me, if you are not prepared for a certain role or a certain something in your life and you get it, what will happen to you?
Disaster.
Yeah, like many people, they win the lottery and they lose all the money within a year or two. Because they are not prepared to handle that kind of money and that kind of responsibility, right? So if you are being prepared for some role and you're being put through the fire for that, but you don't want to learn from it because you're busy resisting it, you'll never get ready for the role that you have to play.
So what I get is allowance with gratitude is the magic mantra. We talk about those 5 things, and definitely
If you are in a state of gratitude, you can be in allowance. No, otherwise you cannot.
Cannot be. No, but sometimes we allow things because there is no other option. So we have to go through it. I have to go through it and stay.
Resignation of the end. Not allowance, it is resignation.
Got it.
You're not in allowance that. There is a resistance also. You will say, I accept it. I don't like it, but I accept it.
Correct. A lot of times it happens, yeah.
Correct. Allowance is okay, it's wonderful. This is great.
Correct.
This is the way it is. Aaj dhoop hai, kal chhaon hai, it's all right. If I put my hand in the water, it's wet. Wow. It's wet. See, if we are so busy, and also remember one thing, what is giving rise to resistance is judgment.
Right.
Judging, so resisting comes up. And you resist and more problem comes, then you judge more. Instead of letting go your judgment, right? So what is the easy way? Be in gratitude. Yes. Almighty God, you are giving this situation to me. I'm so grateful. Thank you very much. I don't know why you're giving. You tell me one thing, Guru, and then you go to a coach and you tell him that I want to win the Olympics. Okay? Please prepare me for the Olympics. Now he is going to give you hell, right? Get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, go for 1 kilometer run, 2 kilometer run, do this, do that, right? And you start resisting your coach, or you start resisting what he's doing for you. Will you win the Olympics? But that's exactly what we're doing, no? The creator is our coach, imagine. He's putting us through situations, preparing us for winning the Olympics of our life. Only he knows the price that he has for you. Problem is you don't want to know. You want what you want. He knows what is better for you. So I believe that whenever I have allowed myself to be like that, right, receiving becomes easy. So that's why I was asking a question today, that now you are in a state of gratitude. What do you start noticing? At least I started noticing that more receiving is happening. Suddenly people are more generous towards me, right? I am also more generous towards people. That is an indication that, better flow is happening, better receiving is happening. दिल बड़ा हो जाता है. लोगों का भी दिल बड़ा हो जाता है हमारे साथ. How about that? Generosity becomes visible. Okay. How wonderful is that? All right. So what else? So what else is possible? Hasina ji has not said anything today. I miss her voice. Hasina ji, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm just absorbing all that's happening, and it's helping me a lot.
Lot to absorb, no?
Yeah, and it's really helping me what I'm going through in my mind. It's really helping me. Thank you so very much.
So any new insights you got?
Face life as it comes.
Yeah, that is allowance.
Yes, that's what I'm just thinking all the time.
Mm.
Because I have no control over whatever happens. So I have to accept it.
Yep. And why be in control only? Not accept, be in allowance for it.
Okay, all right.
Then you can never control the outcome.
Mm.
We can give our 100%, and the outcome will be decided by whoever.
Right, right.
I have noticed one thing, that those who are in the journey of transformation, their life becomes more difficult. I used to wonder why, until I realized that we only chose to be having a life of transformation. So
Yes.
he's going to do whatever is required to transform us. No?
Right, right.
He's saying, okay, you asked for it, here is it, take it, get transformed. I will transform you every minute of your life.
Yeah. I get that.
Right? And ultimately, we do get a life of ease and joy and glory, and be grateful for that. Have you ever considered that we already have a life of ease, joy, and glory?
Yes, yes, I do.
Great. Thank you very much, Hasina ji.
Thank you.
Should we allow this guy in? Every day he comes at, and 15 minutes are remaining for the session.
Who's that?
Tiakudin. Okay, so what else is possible? All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's listen to some shairi from Kuldeep ji. Kuldeep ji, let's have your shairi for the day. Today, our stalwart seem to be missing for some reason or the other.
Sir, कहा है कि ये नादानी भी सच में बेमिसाल, ये नादानी भी सच में बेमिसाल है, अंधेरा है दिलों में और दीपक मंदिरों में जलाते हैं.
Can you translate it?
It is said that this silliness also is exceptional.
Yeah, we have exceptional silliness.
The silliness is also exceptional. That darkness in the hearts, but we light lamps in temples.
There is darkness in our heart, and we are lighting lamps in temples.
Yes.
And you know, the real apt description of the darkness in our heart is all the resistance that we
Yes,
carry.
yes. That's why, Chair.
Yeah, resistance, resentment, anger,
Yes, sir.
all that comes from resistance only, right? We are
Yes.
carrying all that, and then फिर वो दीप जले.
Yes, sir.
Some shair has made a song also, na kahin deep jale, kahin dil.
Yes, sir.
I used to wonder what is this deep jale, kahin dil. Ab samajh mein aaya. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if anybody has any last words to say, you may say it now. Otherwise, we'll say bye-bye. And Tyakuddin, thank you very much for coming and saying hello, goodbye. Okay, guys, so you have a nice Saturday. All the good to great participants, the link is there on the, what is it called? The group. So please do join. And we'll start at 8:15. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. See you soon. Those who are coming for good to great. And the rest of you will be there at the Empowering Morning Conversations tomorrow morning, and you'll get a very pleasant surprise, and you'll get a lot of Shakti. Right? Thank you, thank you. Bye.
God bless everyone.
Yes.
Yes, sir.